Hey y'all, I know I'm new on this social media journey, but I appreciate all the feedback, the positive feedback that I've been getting, and all the support that I've been getting, and the likes and the faves and everything. I appreciate every last one of y'all, and y'all all are welcome to join the Rebirth Tribe. You know, we all need to be voices in this huge awakening that is coming. But let's go ahead and keep going down this rabbit hole that I've started, and I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a part 4. Okay, so let's go into how Europe used Africa wealth to build everything. Okay, so Europe didn't rise because it was smart. Europe didn't rise because it was advanced. Europe rose because it robbed Africa and used African wealth to build the entire Western world. Let's go ahead and break it down piece by piece. Okay, peace family, welcome back to the Quiet Rebirth TV. I'm Tila, and today we're going straight into global truth. How Europe became rich, and how Africa paid the price. If you're ready to awaken, remember, and rebirth, let's get into it. Part 1. Europe was poor before Africa. Before colonization, Europe was struggling. Famines, plagues, no major resources, poor soil, low population, weak economies, no global trade power. They were not the big world powers they pretend to be today. Meanwhile, Africa had gold, diamonds, salt, bronze, ivory, copper, fertile land, advanced kingdoms, universities, medicine, trade networks. Europe saw Africa's wealth and decided to take it. Part 2, the first European wealth boom, African gold. Europe's first economic boom came from African gold. Between the 1200s and the 1500s, almost half of Europe's gold came from West Africa. Mansa Musa's empire alone supplied so much gold that Europe's entire economy shifted. Genoa, Venice, Portugal, Spain, France, Britain, all of them got rich trading African gold. Part 3, the second wealth boom, enslaved Africans. Let's be clear, Europe became rich off of free African labor. The transatlantic slave trade fueled sugar empires, cotton empires, tobacco wealth, shipping industries, banks, insurance companies, ports, textile mills, manufacturing, and international trade routes. The wealth from one enslaved African was multiplied thousands of times. Europe industrialized because Africa was enslaved. Part 4, the third wealth boom, raw materials. When Europe abolished slavery, they didn't stop stealing. They just transferred to a new method, colonial mineral extraction. So from the Congo alone, Belgium stole rubber, copper, uranium, diamonds, tin, and gold. Congo's uranium was even used to create the atomic bombs dropped in World War II. Africa powered Europe's wars, its factories, its weapons, its electricity, its technology. Part 5, Europe built entire cities with African resources. Look at the major European cities: Lisbon, Paris, London, Brussels, Amsterdam, Madrid, Liverpool. The beauty you see today is paid for by African diamonds, African gold, African rubber, African timber, African palm oil, African people. Africa's destruction was Europe's development. Part 6, the colonial tax system, or forced labor and theft. Europe forced African nations to pay taxes for their own colonization. So that means if Europe invaded you, stole your land, stole your resources, enslaved your people, and then charged you money for it. If Africans didn't pay, they were whipped, jailed, killed, or starved. This is how European countries built railroads, banks, government buildings, military bases, ports, universities, all with African money. Part 7, even today, Europe still profits off of Africa. Okay, so this part is the part that'll make you mad. Europe still takes Africa's oil, Africa's cobalt, Africa's coltan, Africa's gas, Africa's copper, Africa's diamonds, and Africa's food. 40% of France's electricity comes from uranium taken from Niger. Europe is still eating off of Africa. Part 8, the biggest secret. Europe can't survive without Africa. So here's the hidden truth. Europe's economy collapses without African resources. Your laptops, your phones, your cars, hospitals, satellites, planes, all need minerals from the African continent. Africa is the power source of modern civilization. Without Africa, Europe fails, America fails, China fails. So that means the world changes. So family, Europe didn't rise because it was superior. It rose because Africa was exploited. But the world is shifting. Africa is rising again. The truth is coming back to the surface. If this message reached your spirit, subscribe and join the Rebirth Tribe. Drop your thoughts in the comments because every voice matters in this awakening. Until next time, stay protected, stay informed, and stay in your power. Mwah.